What up, world? What up, world? What up, world? This is your main man. I am DJ Double Dose, man. And whoo-wee, boy, this past Saturday, it means what? You read the caption. It was a struggle Saturday for a lot of teams with playoff, conference championships, and a lot of other things on the line. Like, granted, there wasn't a shakeup. There was not a shakeup. You didn't have anybody lose that we were well. Tennessee, we'll get to y'all in a minute. I mean, y'all was ranked very high, so we'll get to y'all in a minute. But let's go ahead and kick the show off because, man, at the end of the day, man, this is one of those Saturdays where you looked at the slate, even from a gambling or from a fan perspective, and you were like, hey, it was a lot of large spreads. Ain't nobody trying to watch it, man. Forget all that. Forget all that. This is why, what my man Herm used to say, that is why we play the game. You feel me? That is why you play the goddamn game, man. And this Saturday proves it to you. What do we want to start? Do you want to start about that foolishness down to Tampa? Do we want to start with Athens, defending champs, future three-peat? Future three. Do you want to go to Chestnut Hill? Were we humble? Did Texas look past why? I mean, you know what I'm saying? It was a lot. It was a lot of things that went on. But let's go ahead and we're going to get to the main event, and then we're going to go ahead and go past that. The main event was Colorado and Colorado State. That's right, man. Shouts out to my homeboy, BB, man. I'm going to give BB his credit. He made a post. He said, for those of us who've been watching the Pac-12 after dark, we welcome y'all. Hats off, BB, because I'm going to tell you something. I ain't been watching the Pac-12 after dark. A lot of time, them Pac-12 games, when they came on, hey, man, look, I'm on glance. I'm going to sleep. I take them box scores in the morning, you feel me? But Coach Prime had us up late watching that game, and the one thing that stands out from that game, we're going to get to the hit in a minute. The one thing that stands out about that game is the family atmosphere of Colorado. You hear that. You say, hey, it's a family, it's a family, it's a family. But when you watch a game like that, everything was going wrong. Now, let's piggyback to the beginning of it. The beginning of it, you had all the fanfare. You had the big noon kickoff there, and you had game day there. You had Lil Wayne, you had The Rock, you had Master P, you had Key Glock, you had Offset, the list goes on and on and on about the stars who were in the building for the game. They were there. The pregame, they was at the tailgate, whatever way you want to call it. And let's be clear, Colorado didn't look good for the vast majority of that game. You could tell that Colorado State had a chip on their shoulder and that they was coming out there with a point to prove. We ain't going to get on the cornball-ass coach, Norvell. That's right. Y'all can pin it. I don't care if y'all, wherever y'all school located at, cornball-ass coach, because you proved to be a hypocrite. You talked all that shit about you known to take your hat off and your mama raised you better than that. At the same token, brother, we got plenty of pics with you at press conferences with a goddamn hat on. So shut the hell up, Norvell. Shut up. You know what I'm saying? That was you trying to be whatever the hell you was trying to do. You know what I'm saying? And actually the shit backfired against you, truth be told. Now, we're going to get to your homeboy in a minute because Buddy that laid the dirty hit on Travis Hunter, man, that was just flat out. I don't understand. Let's bring the show back. I don't understand NCAA. Look in this mic. I'm this camera, that camera. Which camera? Y'all really need to have a come to Jesus meeting. And what I mean is it's about this targeting foolishness. It all ties in. Trust me. We kick kids out for targeting when clearly they were not spearing. They were not leading with their head, but because they made helmet-to-helmet contact above the neck area, we kicked them out for targeting. This guy legitimately did a hit out on Travis Hunter. Intentionally. Dirty hit. Late. But because it wasn't targeting, guess what? NCAA. Because it wasn't targeting, he still stayed in the game. Behind a late, dirty ass hit. But yet you put people out for targeting because of helmet-to-helmet contact. Make it make sense, NCAA. Make it make sense. And now, because of this malicious, dirty ass hit Buddy put on Travis, he's not going to be able to play in the two biggest games of the year. That's right, Norvell. The two biggest games of the year coming up, Travis Hunter won't be able to play because your dirty ass player decided he wanted, whether you see. We ain't going to do it. We ain't going to do it. It was a dirty ass play. Buddy got to stay in the game. And now Travis is going to miss the two biggest games of the season. Actually, 3, because it's a 3-week injury per prime. But that's all I'm going to say about that, because I got a lot of thoughts and opinions about that. We'll have a whole nother show about that. But with their back against the wall, Shedeur, shots out to Shedeur Sanders, man, for driving the Buffaloes down the field 98 yards to score and force overtime. And the rest is history, man. We all know the end results. You know what I'm saying? We all know the end results. We all know what happens. And shouts out to Colorado, man. Right now, I don't think anybody with, even myself, anybody with any type of true serum would tell you that they did not expect them to be 3-0 at this point. I expected them to be 2-1. I knew that after watching Nebraska versus Minnesota, there was no doubt in my mind that was going to be Nebraska. And of course, this game did not go the way I expected it, but I did expect them to beat Colorado State. TCU, I had them losing against TCU. My bad. I do believe. You feel me? So, hats off to Colorado. You got a daunting task in front of you, a real daunting task in front of you with Oregon. Me personally, I would have liked to seen it the opposite way, but that's the way the schedule falls, because I feel like with or without Travis against that USC defense that we ain't seen, worth 2 nickels. I like y'all chances. I like Colorado's offense going against USC's defense. So I really would have liked to seen it in the reverse order, because I feel like Oregon is a more complete team. But again, that's why they play the game, baby. That's why they play the game. Like, don't listen to me. Don't listen to me. Don't listen to me, the analyst, anybody else. That is why they play the game. That is the exact reason why they play the game. And we can all sit up here and say, hey, you know what? Oregon is going to beat Colorado for whatever reason we choose. But at the end of the day, they got to go out there on that field and they got to play. So, hats off to Colorado for persevering. It was a dirty, ugly, chippy rivalry type game. I hate that the dirty hit happened, but it did. You know, hopefully we'll see anything that comes from that. Maybe, maybe not. We'll see. Moving right along. I ain't going to hold us to last. For what? I know y'all already want me to talk about it, so I ain't going to hold us to last. What? I told my fan base, I love us. I am a Florida State Seminole true and through. But I told everybody to pipe down. And you saw why I mean that. You look at Boston College, man. You look at that kid, man, Castellanos, whatever you want to call his name, man. The kid is a baller, man. And throughout history, a lot, I know y'all want to start hiding him by Adam Fuller. We was having problems with mobile quarterbacks long before Adam Fuller. So stop it. This has been a problem of FSU's for a while now. So let's just stop it. It ain't all Adam Fuller. Were there some questionable calls? Yes. But I ain't gonna speak too much on this game because at the end of the day, Florida State was able to pull out the victory 31-29. It clearly was one of those games where once you watched it, you could tell you don't want to say it, but they kind of were looking forward to the next week. Even once they got up 31-10, you kind of saw that sigh of relief, like, okay, we up by 3 scores. Let's get the hell out of here. And I think you could have got the hell out of there if you could have got your ass off the field on third. I digress. On third downs. So that is something that you need to button up because you got Clemson. Well, you're headed to Clemson this upcoming Saturday for another major weekend in college football. So hats off to FSU. Georgia. Ain't it what my man said? Anyway, Georgia. I ain't gonna ask you to come to the front of the congregation. I ain't gonna ask you to do it. You won. Hats off. But early on, that was looking real dicey, Georgia. But again, you won. Your depth took over. South Carolina, they looked like, I don't want to say they looked like they were gassed in the second half, but you could tell that they were tired and they started getting overwhelmed and overpowered. And Georgia was able to oppose a will and pull it out. Texas. Everything is bigger in the great state of Texas. You know what I'm saying? I'm coming down, coming through, chunk up the dude. I lived in Texas for a while. Texas, I'm not gonna do this to y'all because y'all was close. Y'all was close to pulling the Texas. And what I mean by that was losing to somebody you ain't have no business losing to. But you didn't do it. Again, you put one thing on this show, what we not going to do, because a lot of fans love to do this. We don't do this over here, Double Dose of Reality Sports. A win is a win. I don't want to hear that. I want to hear that crap about it was a bad. Ain't no such thing as a bad damn win. As Clemson, would they have rather turn the ball over all the time, just like we did, turn the ball over all those times, but still pull out the victory? I guarantee you they will take that versus what actually happened, a loss. And now they 0-1 in the ACC. So there's no such thing as a bad win. A win is a win. At the end of the day, you won a game. Now, let's get on down to Tampa. We're gonna let me take a breath so I can pause the show right here. All right. I'm done playing. Let's get down to Tampa Bay. Raymond, if it's still called Raymond James Stadium, you know how these stadiums be changing their name. If it's still called Raymond James Stadium, this was and that's right, we gonna pin this clip and we gonna post it because I know y'all gonna be mad about it, and it is A-OK. This was the typical Nick Saban, get off my lawn, I'm the coach, y'all don't know what the hell y'all talking about, moment. Everybody after the Texas game wanted to, well, not everybody, let me rephrase that, because we didn't, Double Ultra Brad Sports, we did not blame Jalen Milroe. The vast majority of people wanted to blame Jalen Milroe for that loss against Texas. And the first thing that most people come to when they want to blame something, especially in football, they want to blame the quarterback. If you watch that game against Texas, you know that Jalen Milroe was he a contributing party? Yeah, I'll give you that. But was he the sole reason why you lost? No, he was not. Not at all. But a lot of Bama Nation wanted a different quarterback, and they wanted to see a different quarterback because they felt like Miro wasn't the one, yada, yada, yada. Well, Bama Nation, I ask you, after Saturday, who knows better, Coach Saban or y'all? It's a fair question. I think Coach Saban knows his team a little bit better than y'all do. I know you dig in the reports and you listen and you follow and you listen and you follow. But the truth is, Coach Saban knows his team. He knew his team from fall, well, from spring to fall. He knew his team. He knew what he saw. He knew that Milroe, which we said here, Double Dose of Reality Sports, he knew that Milroe was going to be his guy. But when y'all saw what y'all saw Saturday, I think it's safe to say that he is the guy. Is Milroe the greatest quarterback? No, not at all. Will y'all make the playoffs? No, you're not going to. Will you win a national championship? No, you're not going to. And you weren't going to. I hate to break that to you. But for your biggest piece of success to win 8 or 9 games, maybe even 10, he's the best option that you have to complement that defense. We're not going to get into it because we've already had pretty much a whole show about Bama and the defense. With Miro, we talked about this. I told y'all how this was going to go. I did. Them 2 cats behind him, they're not the answer. Milroe was your answer. I believe in the kid. I think that he's gonna do enough, like I've predicted. Alabama will win the SEC West. I fully still stand on that. Nothing has changed my stance in that because I feel like Milroe gives you the best option to do said thing, which is win the SEC West. But the theme of Saturday strictly was struggle wins. Whether you want to call them struggle wins, we don't do luck over here because a win is a win. It's not a luck. Now, you can say a team didn't look great, but I'm not gonna say that winning any ball game is a bad thing. So, at the end of the day, between the transfer portal, NIL, and just sheer will and want to, you are seeing a lot of programs who in the past, once they got down, they would lay down and let the game be. We ain't seeing that no more. We not. Hey, I got a former 5-star on my team too. I got a former starting quarterback, well, starting player on my team too. And you're seeing a lot of that in college football. So whether you want to call it parity, whatever coin you want to phrase it and put it at, that's what's going on in college football today. And I just want to say, you know what? We're going to be back this week. I mean, because at the end of the day, in Michigan. Before I go, Michigan, y'all bring y'all ass here too. Because y'all was out there playing around with y'all was playing around too. And then my LSU brothers. Hey man, good bounce back win, good win in the SEC. So hats off to everybody. Thank you guys for watching. I appreciate it. This was a short episode because we got a lot more we're going to get into because our next episode, we're going to speak on the NFL. And then we got a big, major weekend coming up. So we got some games we got to review. We got to preview Ohio State, Notre Dame. We got to preview Florida State and Clemson. You got Colorado and Oregon. And you got Ole Miss and Alabama, man. So this episode is going to be real short and straight to the point. Y'all already saw the results. Y'all already know what happened. You know, so at the end of the day, man, don't ever think that there's going to be boring Saturday in college football. But this Saturday coming up, this is a park your ass Saturday. And what that means is you get your food, whatever you're going to cook, whatever you're going to drink, you get it, and you park your ass on your couch, on your recliner, or whatever it is that make you comfortable as you watch college football because it is some massive matchups coming up this week, and we're gonna break all that down in the next upcoming episode, man. So before I leave, I just want to say, man, same thing I say at the end of each and every show: live, laugh, and love, man. Live your life to the fullest. Find you something to laugh at each and every day, and love on the people that love you back, man. And we out of here, man.